Hey, welcome back everyone, Mike Zero here once again, coming at you with a brief video involving Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Now today's video has to do with Bob Iger, and what's really interesting is he got to see a cut of Star Wars The Last Jedi. And what he had to say about it is very, very interesting. That is making me question things myself here. So, what Bob Iger had to say was this, is that it's a great next chapter in the Skywalker family saga. Now, when he says that right there, it really makes me wonder here, who is he referring to? And of course, a lot of you could point your fingers to just Luke Skywalker, like this is a continuation of the Skywalker family, hence being Luke Skywalker. But since family's in there, I think it's more than just Luke Skywalker. It could mean a couple of things. Could this mean that Rey is indeed the daughter of Luke Skywalker? I don't know. I think there's a great possibility that since the logo is red here, it may have to do with an evil character, and it could have to do with Ben Solo. Or, if you want to really go specific here, if this is to be the case, you could call him Ben Skywalker Solo. But what's really interesting is I think that it's going to have to do with Ben Solo / Kylo Ren as the continuation of the Skywalker family. I think that's going to be the true tragedy here in the sequel trilogy, is that he is essentially the last Skywalker family member aside from Luke Skywalker so far. And I think that the title in itself, The Last Jedi, as I said in my previous video, a great viewer of mine, Brian, reached out to me on Facebook. He thinks that The Last Jedi does not mean like the last remaining Jedi, but rather the last Jedi trained by Luke Skywalker, and that could very well be Ben Solo. And I think that's a really interesting touch, because when you think about Star Wars, right, as Obi-Wan said, you know, from a certain point of view, this title in itself could be told from a certain point of view. The Last Jedi may very well not be the last Jedi remaining like Luke Skywalker is. It could be that, but it could also be that it is the last Jedi that he trained. Now sure, the debate here is Supreme Leader Snoke told Kylo Ren, leading them to the last Jedi. And then he continues to say, you know, if Skywalker returns, the new Jedi will rise. So, I think that there's a lot to be told in here. And I think that there's going to be a lot of interesting things when it comes to the Skywalker family. For all we know, guys, Luke Skywalker's son or daughter, whoever, could pop out of nowhere as a new character. They could really surprise us like that. You never, ever know. But if they were to do that, it would be a main character, so I don't see that happening necessarily, but I think it is indeed having to do with Ben Solo as the last Skywalker family member, aside from Luke and Leia, of course. I think that's the true tragedy, is will the Skywalker bloodline continue? All of it pretty much rests on Ben Solo's hands here. It's all in his hands. If the Skywalker family is going to continue, that's the true tragedy, and it may not. That could be the closing off of the third trilogy here, is that maybe Ben Solo does die, and no more Skywalkers are to be, you know, passed into existence. They're not going to be coming out one after the other like in the old EU where there's like a ton of different Skywalkers. It may not be like that. Ben Solo could be the last technical Skywalker here, even though he really is a Solo. But yeah, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this. If you enjoyed the content for today, do make sure to subscribe to see more Star Wars videos. And lastly, drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. Thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.